Hello Aquarius. Today we're doing a short tarot reading for you for the week of March 30th to April 5th. This is a general reading, so make sure you check your moon sign, your rising, your Venus. Sometimes those other placements can resonate a little bit more. The first thing we want to look at is where are you standing at the start of this next week. So let's get a picture of Aquarius. You're coming off as the Hermit. So a little bit of Virgo energy at the start of this next week. For some reason, I'm getting the image in my head of like, you lost your keys and you're looking for them. There's this energy of you being kind of distracted. You're going about your day, but it's like your mind is on other stuff. All right, so let's look at what is crossing your path this week. Got the 9 of Wands. Let's look at the road behind and the road ahead, and then we'll start piecing this together. And the road behind tells us sort of what's the energy you're bringing into this week. What's something that happened to you in the past? Could have been this past week, this past month, something that's still lingering and maybe influencing you in the present. So what is in the road behind Aquarius? We've got the 5 of Swords. You broke something off with somebody or you left something unfinished. There's a bit of bitterness here, cynicism. Notice those swords that are just lying on the ground between this guy here and those people in the distance. It's kind of like there's a mess between yourself and something else, and you're not even concerned about picking up the pieces. There's frustration here, and those clouds in the sky, that's like a ruined mood. So who ruined your mood? A couple of times since I started recording this video, my neighbor was trying to start his car and it wouldn't start. And he was just at it for like 2 minutes straight. And so I couldn't record. I just had to sit here in silence waiting for him to finish. And then right afterwards, an airplane goes by. I'm just getting this sound of engines getting in the way of me trying to record this video. That's a really good metaphor for this card. Again, there's kind of broken communication. Things are getting in the way. There's kind of a mess of things that are making communication unclear, scattered, sloppy. And maybe you try to say something and it doesn't come off the right way. Like some of you are feeling misunderstood. And as I mentioned before, this could have been something that happened last week or something that happened last month. It's something that kind of stuck with you. It's worth considering if maybe there was some sort of argument or just an ugly exchange that you had with somebody, or a moment when you felt like you couldn't get the right words out. Maybe that wasn't coming from you. Maybe it was coming from somebody else. Maybe somebody else couldn't communicate effectively and they walked away from you. Something where just everything felt askew. Everything that you tried to express or explain was just coming out sideways, or that's how it was coming from somebody else. Maybe that soured a relationship or soured a project. And it's worth pointing out because I just did a reading for Aries where this same kind of thing was going on. And I realized this actually is a common experience that people are having. I think we had a new moon in Pisces recently. So I think there's been a lot of Pisces energy that is especially confusing for air signs and fire signs. It's possible that for a lot of you, you've been kind of treading uncertain waters and feeling maybe like your emotions are rising up and you're not really sure why. And I'm definitely seeing this here. The swords are scattered in all sorts of different directions. That's scattered thoughts, scattered words. But in particular, I'm seeing the clouds in the distance. And look at the way that they're sinking towards the horizon, towards one side of the card. It's kind of like the world is leaning over and falling. And that's definitely the way that Pisces can make you feel, like you're not sure which way is up. So I'm seeing that some of you have been struggling with the whole Pisces energy in the air, but it probably took the form of some sort of bad conversation, bad exchange. Where are you feeling like your words were ineffective, or that you felt frustrated by the way that you expressed yourself or the way that somebody else expressed themselves? If you're a writer, you abandoned a writing project. If you're a singer, maybe your voice has been acting up. These kinds of things. That's in your past. Now in the future, it kind of looks like you're looking around for something. You're kind of distracted. You know, I'm getting the sense of you being in a room, a cluttered room. You're looking for something and you can't quite find it. That's going to be the energy for you starting off next week. Maybe you're doing a little bit of research. Maybe you're delving into your own past, into your childhood. I definitely see an image here of somebody in their attic, in their childhood home, looking through boxes, coming across childhood photos, rifling through documents, alone. It could also just be somebody distracted. They're preoccupied. Maybe they're in their own heads. So that could be you at the start of next week. And something that crosses your path is this 9 of Wands. Kind of like the word that I'm hearing in my head is paywall. You know how certain content online is put behind a paywall? I'm seeing something like that here. There's something impeding your view or your understanding. It's like the information you need is behind a paywall. Not only are your emotions kind of seeping into your mental life, confusing your thoughts a little bit as you come into this next week, but you seem to be a little bit distracted in your head and at the same time blind, even though you're looking for something. It's like you're blind. Like, look at this card and notice how he's got the lantern out in front of him, but he's looking down. He's not looking ahead. And he's got the staff in front of his face. It's almost like a wall. It's kind of like there's something he doesn't want to face, or it's kind of like he's blocking himself from something. And I'm also seeing a wall here with the 9 of Wands, and there's a person standing in front of it. This is why I get this feeling of like paywall. Someone put this up and you have to get through them to get to it. This could be somebody keeping a secret. This could be you also, like, even if you're trying your hardest, your energy is low, and maybe that's getting in your way. Look at the bandage on this guy's head. It's like he's battered, like he has a head injury. That relates a lot to this feeling of your thoughts being confused and of being distracted. It's almost like a head injury, like you're unable to think clearly. All right, so let's look at the road ahead. Temperance card. This is Sagittarius. That is auspicious for Aquarius. I can see this as a conversation with somebody where you lay all your thoughts out on the table and it looks like a mess to you. You're not sure what to make of it. And then this person can put 2 and 2 together for you. You're able to reframe things to look at it a new way. Notice the wings on the Temperance. Even though there's 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land, if you back away, it kind of looks like he's hovering. So there's a feeling here of rising above the situation, flying over those walls that are currently blocking you. Let's look at the outcome. Justice, the Libra card, balancing things. This is a great card here at the end. We talked about how this card is unbalanced. Something in your past. It's like a tower slipping sideways, threatening to come crashing down. But here we have Justice, regaining balance, straightening things back up. There's going to be some type of breakthrough. It could even be that arts are important. A painting, a movie, something that kind of stirs up your creativity, that inspires you, that gives you a sense of awe, and that can help you regain your balance. So let's get a card of advice, something to help Aquarius make the best of their situation and achieve their goals. Ace of Cups. Reach out to somebody. Reach out to friends. Reach out to a loved one. Aquarius can sometimes be a little bit aloof. They don't always feel comfortable with their emotions, depending on other placements in their chart, of course. And they're usually really good with friends. They're usually good with maintaining their friendships, but they can kind of put themselves at a distance sometimes. And this here is saying, don't do that right now. You need people. You need those connections. It's what's going to help you get through what you're going to be facing this next week. Again, that's just an example. Don't worry about the details. Think about the general picture. Feeling a little lost, feeling frustrated, things from the past kind of making you feel like maybe your powers of communication are not that great, or maybe doubting the powers of your own intellect, or maybe just something emotional going on with you a little bit. Some of that Pisces energy still looming over you, kind of dampening the mood. And there's a potential for relationships to be important to help you get out of that, or that a new connection might be coming in, and to trust that, be open to it. But at the end of the day, things are going to resolve themselves. So by the end of the week, you'll have your sea legs back. So you won't feel like things are constantly shifting and uncertain. You'll feel more in control. All right, and that is all I have for you, Aquarius. I hope you got something out of that. If you did, make sure to hit that like. That pushes this video to more people, and they might need to hear this message. All right, when that's said, it's time for me to get to work. I just got called in, so I got to get out of here. Thanks for spending some time with me, Aquarius. You have a good week. I wish you the best. I'll catch you guys next time.